Are you like Bob? Every day, Bob went online to read his email, check his online banking, and connect on social networks. And just like you, Bob was constantly typing out usernames and passwords for all of his logins. Sometimes he couldn't even remember what his passwords were. Then Bob tried LastPass, a secure password manager. With LastPass, Bob's life is easier. He just adds his passwords to his LastPass vault, and the next time he visits a site, LastPass logs in for him. Since his data is encrypted and decrypted locally, Bob knows his information is safe. And the best part? LastPass keeps Bob's data securely synced across all of his devices. He can use it on his desktop, his Mac, his new smartphone, even when he uses a friend's computer. Whether he needs his passwords at work, at home, or on the go, LastPass gives Bob instant access to all of his data. Be like Bob. Let LastPass help you take control of your passwords and simplify your online life.
Welcome back to Arc Tech Talk. So we were talking about how to be safe on the website using a password. So we were talking about the password manager LastPass. So when we were talking about the second factor. So second factor authentication is a must nowadays. I recommend everyone use it. It might be cumbersome in a way because again the second factor can be bypassed. Say you are at home, you trust your computer, you can just simply say on the system, don't ask for this because I trust this computer. So if you do that, it won't ask for the second factor from that particular computer. But with Gmail, that will only work for 30 days. From after 30 days, it will ask for it again. But it's a good thing. I think even if you don't have a smartphone, sites like Facebook does support SMS. Keep that. So that will always send you a random number when you're logging in from different devices. See your home computer, you don't really need to enter it all the time. And then going back to LastPass, so LastPass has the second factor authentication as well. You can do it in actually two ways. One second factor authentication they have is if you put the LastPass application on your phone, it will automatically come up with a pop-up saying, hey, you are trying to log in, would you like to approve this? And you can say yes. That's the simple and the easiest way. And the second mechanism is to use the Google Authenticator. Google Authenticator is a standard application that used for second factor authentications, where you can have multiple sites on that same application. For example, you can have your Dropbox account, you can have your Gmail accounts, you can have your LastPass account. So each and every time you log into one of these sites, when you open up the Google Authenticator app on your phone, it will show you a number. So what you have to do is, you have to enter that number when you're logging in. This number changes every 1 minute. So there's a different number. So even if someone steals that number, they won't be able to get in. So this is I think the best way to get LastPass set up. So once you have your LastPass account set up, you say you want to log into your Gmail account. Next time you have to do is go to Gmail, go to the password change option, change the password. And once you go to that, you will see a small icon next to your password field. Once you click on it, LastPass will generate a password for you. So that means you don't need to remember that password. You can let LastPass generate it, and you can say how complex you want it, how many letters you want, how many numbers you want, how many special characters you want. So once you put that in, LastPass will remember that Google account information on the LastPass wallet. So even if you have 2, 3, 4, 5 different devices, you can have LastPass on your home computer, you can have LastPass on your office computer, you can have LastPass on your mobile. So all these password can synchronize among the devices. So you set up your LastPass account, all you have to do is log into that LastPass account only. So with that, you can have thousands of sites with different passwords, and again it will protect you from phishing scams as well. We'll talk about phishing in another episode. So phishing is basically the social engineering way of stealing your password. LastPass knows whether this site is actually Facebook or not when you're trying to enter your password. So LastPass will not fill it out if that particular site is not Facebook itself. So that's a good thing. And again, if you are really paranoid about security, there's another piece of device that you can plug into US device called a YubiKey. YubiKey is a piece of USB device that you plug into USB port. When you log into your LastPass, all you have to do is put your thumb on the YubiKey device, so it will add another factor of authentication onto your account. So those are little things you can be secure, and also keep it a habit to change your passwords at least once in 3 months.
Yeah.
Just the
That
master
might be.
password. And other things you can do is you can also change the password on your other sites. So, for example, especially if you're using like PayPal, your bank accounts, if you're using internet banking, make sure you at least change it. Some banks do require you to change it on 45 days, 30 days, but keep it a habit of changing it. Since you don't have to remember it anymore, since LastPass is remembering it for you, I think keep it a habit of changing it. And LastPass also have options where it can measure your password complexity. It will give you like a measurement of how secure you are. So those things are a must, I think, in terms of security. And a lot of people take it really lightly when I say, hey, what's happened if someone take mine? There's nothing you can take, but it can have a lot of social impact, sometimes even monetary impact. So for example, even if you have your credit card information, you can store it with LastPass. So the next time you're going to some site to shop online, you don't have to fill it up. You don't have to have your credit card. So the LastPass will fill it up for you. So for example, let's say you're filling up your address, name, email address all the time. So you can even tell LastPass, keep this information. Next time I want to fill it up, all you have to do is one click, and you'll automatically fill those information, because then you don't have to like type it in all the time.
Not typing in is always a good thing, Kaling, right?
Yeah.
So if you are logging in from someone else's computer, you don't know if they have any keyloggers installed or something. So not typing is always good.
Yes. So when we say keyloggers and all that, I think that's for another episode with Fanishim. We'll talk about it. If I little bit explaining, keylogger is a software that get installed on your computer like a virus that keep track of all the keys you press and send it to a third party. So you wouldn't even know it's there on your computer in most of the time. A lot of people put a lot of faith in antivirus software where I think they should not, because it's really difficult. There has been a recent a photograph of Mark Zuckerberg having his the camera on your laptop with a sticker on top of it. Those are one of the reasons that security is really difficult, because now we have microphones on our laptops, you have cameras. So if someone installed a piece of software, they can simply take a photograph, listen to what you're saying. So it's really scary at times. So we'll talk about security in other coming up episodes, and if you're interested, let us know what you think. Just visit the Facebook page for the RTV and give us feedback, and visit the YouTube channel, and see you next week.